as a DJ, like it's such an unselfish craft where you're always thinking about everyone else but yourself. And the time when you do think about yourself is sometimes in doubt.
Wow.
And I had to really to grow with that. Like bro, like every time you think of self, you're doubting self. And that was a battle that I had to go through of just like, when we hit these stages, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like we're giving our all to people every night, every night. We gotta give our all to ourselves too. Because if you can't do for self, then what can you do for other people?
That's a fact.
But I really study that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I
no, you
really
love it.
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's a lot of people that just do it because
it looks cool.
It looks cute. It's cool. Like
it's a fact.
Oh, it's dope. It goes with my chain. Like, bro, what? Like, or it's gonna get me girls. Like, bro, you gotta care about this art form.
Yeah.
You got to because and I'm not God. I'm not here to tell anybody what they can and can't do. But man, like, there's a reason why God blesses certain DJs.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why some people ain't where they want to be in that
That's
stuff.
real.
Because what you're not, it's not, me and my boy were just talking about this.
Yeah.
We were just talking about being authentic.
Yeah.
And really like doing something because you want to do it. Not because it looks cool.
It's
not because you think it's the right thing to do. Like not because you think like, oh, like this is my friend, I have to. It's because you want to.
It's a fact,
like,
bro.
We were just talking about this earlier. It's crazy.
Yeah, Joe K. Shout out Joe K for that whole project.
Bro.
Yeah.
That shit inspired because I was working on a project and I was just like, damn near it was like 12 songs. And I was like, it's like a 6-song project. It's solid, especially for like a DJ producer. Like all you need for like I remember talking to my boy about this. Like as an artist, I feel like you need a body of work, right? And you still need a body of work in general. As like a DJ who's like a producer, all you need is one. Because
that's fair.
Because you're gonna be performing DJing other people's songs anyways.
Yeah, that's
so
real.
all you need is one that everybody knows. And,
that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. I love it. That might just be a rolling start, yo. So welcome to episode 18 of Vino Conversations. Today, who am I joined by?
DJ Kenzo.
Sheesh, absolutely crazy. So we got to give the whole backstory how we met, bro.
We do.
Because this is wild. So we're going to take it all the way back to, of all places, Guadalajara, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Summer 2023.
Yeah.
We were, so through Five-A-Side, we were doing our first kind of like summer tour. So the big European teams come over to North America to showcase their talents and obviously promote the sport in this side of the world.
Yep.
And so this was for La Liga specifically. It was in, again, Guadalajara. And it was Sevilla versus Real Betis. Fun fact, my dad is from Sevilla, and he's a Real Betis fan. Yeah, and that was the first ever Gran Derby or Sevilla Derby, you know, two teams from the same city playing each other outside of Spain. And that was the game we were at and the game that you were DJing, and we met you the day before, and I believe, what was the name? Estadio Akron, right? Estadio Akron. And literally we just chopped it up, bro. I think just as seeing other black people in the room, I think literally, I think that was it, bro.
That was it, bro.
Tapped in, heard about your shit, heard you was a DJ, and like, so eventually, blah, 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 we was going to connect, and we did, bro. I didn't even start Vino Vriday at that time.
For real?
Yeah, that was before. That was purely soccer.
Even when you came to Oakland, there was no Vino Vriday.
Nah, that's when I was doing the film photography, which kind of got me more into the nightlife space to kind of see it from another angle. So I saw it from the photographer lens because I also love doing my film photography.
Yeah.
And it also helped me. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. I think I've improved a lot since then, honestly, too. Better cameras and everything. But that helped me see the functions in a different way than just being a guest. Yeah. So as a guest, I always felt like I could put on my own thing. Then as a photographer too, I'm like, I know through my taste, through my level of curation, I can do something different. So and now we're here, and now my boy will be DJing tomorrow night. It'll have already happened, but at the Queensbury LA Vino Vriday LA edition, part of the Champagne Showers Bring Spring Flowers tour. You know what I'm saying? New York, LA, Philly. Is it a tour? Is it not a tour? I'll call it a tour. Fuck it.
You gotta call it a tour, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing, bro. Congratulations.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. You've been supporting for real, bro. We've been talking about this for a while.
Got to, because at the end of the day, it's just like when you have a vision and you want to execute it, it's so cool to see it come to life. You know, to see it come to life on full, every aspect that it can. And like for me personally, it's like you have to support something like that.
I appreciate it big time.
It's like you low key, like I want to say you a hater if you
we'll talk about haters later. No.
Definitely, bro. But nah, it was dope because like even your perspective and when you came into Oakland and it like, you know, filmed for me there, it kind of helped me with like my branding a lot.
Oh, for real? Really?
Like, I never got to tell you that. But
I appreciate that,
just
bro.
that roll of pictures, I was like, damn, I need to start doing that. I need to start getting more pictures of myself myself, the crowd.
Yeah, get the whole energy of it.
The whole energy of it instead of just like pictures of me DJing.
For sure.
So people can see like, oh, what you may have missed out or what you can see when you see me next.
It's almost how you get them there, bro.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
And speaking of tours, obviously we're going to get into your whole background, but you're currently on tour with LaRussell.
Yeah.
How is that, bro? First off, major congratulations to you for being on that tour, working with him. Congrats to him and the entire team for everything that's going on. And it extends so far beyond music because you can really feel the tangible inspiration that comes out of that camp, separate from just how good the music actually is. And even y'all going viral with those fun dances and just keeping hip hop fun again. Like that shit is dope, bro. So congrats on that. But how's the tour been with him?
It's been fun. It's kind of like the same situation with what you just said. It's like it's a tour, but it's not. He never officially called it that, but it definitely is.
For sure, y'all going everywhere, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's been fun, man. I've been it's cool to learn about like different cities, what they like and what they don't like. And it's also cool to learn about him. Like it's been really cool to learn what he likes and what he doesn't like and like just like I really like because I knew him before. Like we were really cool before, and we've gotten close obviously through this. So it's really cool to just get close with the homie and my dog and just grow with him. So
that's fine. It looks like a lot of fun too. I know it's work, but it looks like y'all having a really good time.
No, definitely. We definitely be tired a lot.
I'm sure, bro. It's a lot
for sure. But like it's I mean, this is what I was blessed with. And I can't complain about that. You know,
it's like incredible, bro. Definitely got to be there at the New York show.
Come on,
yeah, holla at me. When is that again?
Is it July? Yeah, July 27th, if I'm not mistaken.
I should be there, bro. Yeah, I should be there. We'll tap in for sure.
We got to.
But let's take it all the way back. So, first off, I should say this is the first Vino Conversations episode in Los Angeles. I'm here in LA. I didn't even say that. You know what I'm saying? So, this is the LA studio of WTF Media Studios. Usually record at Canal Street in Soho, New York City, in Manhattan. But I'm obviously here in LA, which is why everything looks different. And so, I'm with my... First off, got my UCLA, shout out Russell Westbrook, the throwback. You know what I'm saying? Got to, bro.
Come on.
But my boy here is obviously from Cali as well. Yes, straight out of Stockton. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people where I'm from might not know too much about Stockton. So tell us about where you're from. Give us a little bit of a rundown of Cali in general. And yeah, bro, let's educate the New Yorkers.
Man, so Stockton, California is a beautiful city in kind of 30 minutes to 40 minutes from Sac, and it's like about like an hour 30 from San Francisco. Yeah. And it's 4 hours from LA. Okay. So
is it considered the Bay? Is it considered?
Nah, it's considered San Joaquin Valley.
San Joaquin Valley. So like, we don't know about all that, bro.
Yeah. So like San Joaquin Valley is like super far. Like it's not super far from the Bay, but we're near the Delta. The Delta's like I can't even explain what the Delta is. I don't think they even know what it is. But like the Delta is like, you know, just like for surely not even nowhere close to the Bay. It gets hot. It's dry.
Word.
But yeah, it's a dope city, man. It's a lot of dope creatives out there. We have our, you know, our issues like every other city. But I mean, one thing I think that's beautiful about our city is like there's a lot of people like me with the same energy. Like as far as like this, but also man, the imagination that comes out of that city, bro.
Really?
It's like we really had to like, cause we really didn't have like a lot of stuff that we had got taken away. Like we had this spot called Hammer Skate where people used to like, it was a skating rink. Yeah. And we had this place called like Golf Land, which is like a miniature golf thing. And then Naughty Nick's, like all these fun places that got taken away early because of like, you know, violence in the city, whether it was gang violence or just violence in general. And we really just had to like have this like deep imagination about like just like what we created within our heads. So there's a lot of people who have deep imaginations from our city and they make some really dope art. So
that's fire. Yeah. It's funny, bro. That's literally how hip hop started. It was from the removal of the instruments. How can we use something else to make this sound? Let's flip the record, scratch it up. And that became the first original beat. So a lot comes from a lack of having. Definitely. But speaking of obviously Stockton, California, which is where you're from, what was it like for you growing up and what was kind of the music scene as you were being raised that kind of led you to where you are today? And obviously you got to talk about your Liberian influence as well. You know what I'm saying?
Sierra Leone.
Yeah. Or Sierra Leone, my fault.
It's like we the brothers and sisters.
Word.
Yeah, but
I was thinking of another DJ, my fault. Yeah.
Nah, you good. But it was dope, man. Stockton was fun early. Yeah. Like it was really fun. Like we were outside, bro. We were on the bike.
Literally outside.
Riding around. Literally outside. It was hot. So like there's this place called Weber's Point where the water comes out the ground and we just run through there and like, you know, cool down. It was really cool, man. It was dope. as far as like the music scene out there wasn't, I'm not gonna say there wasn't one, but it wasn't as like big as the Bay or big as LA.
Yeah, for sure.
Ours was very like boom bap rap. Like
really?
Yeah, we
a little
were
more New Yorkish,
like,
low key.
Very New Yorkish, like, but also had its little sprinkles of the Bay in there for Shelly. So like you'll hear like a boom bap rap beat, but like someone would come on like some like Mac Dre flow type stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was very interesting. But when I was a kid, you know, like I grew up, and you mentioned Sierra Leone. I grew up with two parents from Sierra Leone.
Yep.
And originally, I wasn't really like, I wouldn't say I wasn't allowed to listen to rap music. It's just African music was in my ears heavy.
Yeah, because that's what they listen to.
Exactly. Right. So me listening to rap music was kind of like a rebellious thing. Like, you know, early I was listening to like Fela Kuti.
Okay.
You feel me? Bunny Mac, Brenda Fassie, Oliver Ngoma, like real OG African artists and stuff like that. And I really got to grow up within that scene and go to African parties when I was young and like experience like, you know, our culture, you know, full throttle. And it was amazing because it's like the three things was like fashion, dance, and food.
Okay, so it's like, good mix, bro.
Great
That's
mix,
culture for real,
for sure. But the root of it was always music. And it was so cool to grow up off that. So when my love for hip hop came, it was always about the music first, about dancing first. I was like in a dance group for a little bit too.
That was y'all. Well, not y'all, but it was Cali.
But no, yeah, for
the
sure.
Jerk, Dougie, Cat Daddy, all that. I was watching from New York. I was loving it, bro. I had the bright skinny jeans and everything.
Me too.
The Vlado sneakers. I was dialed in. You would have thought I was from Cali. I promise you, bro.
Did you have Dunks or Vans?
I had Dunks. I had the Dunks. The Vans is extra West Coast though.
Yo, for sure.
But the Vlados, people don't even know about Vlado, bro. Come on. That's some real, like, that's my best claim was the Vlados, bro. I had the big yellow joints up here with the fat flap. That's sure, bro. That was my era, definitely.
Bro, I was on the skinny. I had the Vans t-shirt. Like,
Vans on it.
I gotta find a pic. I had the Roscoe Dash mohawk with the stars and shit.
I can see it.
It was fun, bro. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Cali was... Yeah, and it was so fun growing up. Obviously, you know, we had like Stockton has its issues. You know, I lost friends and stuff like that. But like thank you, bro. Yeah. But growing up, it was just like it was really fun. Like we really danced. Like we didn't have much phones. Yeah. So when you was coming out of a house party, man, you was coming out drenched, sweating. Like But I was always like a fan of y'all because like New York was big for my family because like a lot of my family didn't all make it to California. They were like in Maryland, Washington, Baltimore, Virginia. So like they would all go to New York, you know, when they turned 21, and they would tell me about these stories about New York, and I was like, man,
New York's incredible.
Like y'all going crazy to Afro beats, like soca, like dance hall, like you play that at a Cali party, they like, man, turn back on that YG, like so it was like I still wanted that. You know, that I'm still earning for that in a way. So that's kind of where the DJing thing kind of like started.
So that's I was gonna ask, so what out of your love for music, being in the dance crew, everything, all your influences, when did you realize you want to DJ? And then when did you realize, I can make this a career?
I realized I wanted to DJ when I was like had to be like 8 or 9. And
you was young. Okay, wow. You don't usually hear that young.
But I didn't decide to be one until college though. Right. But like around 8 or 9, I didn't tell nobody either. I was just like, I really just knew him by like my brain. I'm like, man, I want to DJ, and I would have like these visions of me performing on stages and putting on shows.
That's fine.
But I didn't know what I was doing. And then my uncle was a DJ. Okay. And he was like the top African West Coast DJ at the time.
Really?
And,
shout out Unc. You know what I'm saying? Big up Unc.
Uncle Mohamed.
Uncle Mohamed.
Come on. So so it was dope seeing him do that, and I would like. I remember one time, and it was crazy because, like, I don't know if you've seen Sinners.
Yeah, I actually just watched it on Saturday last week. Yeah,
and I'm not saying this because the movie came out, but like I remember. So this is this thing called the Oboe within our culture, where it's like this tree-like mascot, and it comes in and like it's like a real spiritual thing within our tribe, which is the Mende tribe, and it was cool because like you know, you'll see that for weddings, people throw money and stuff of that nature. Yeah. And I saw that, and it was just like that part in Sinners where like I guess, you know, everything kind of stops, and like, you know, they're parting with the future, present.
Oh, the ancestors. Yeah, exactly.
And it felt like that, but in a DJ standpoint, I'm like, bro, music is causing all of this. Like, this is what's making this, like this go around. And I was like, bro, I need to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this.
Right.
Like, if I can help this, grow, I would love to. And it was just a thought at the time. And then I was like 13, 14 when I went to my first house party and it got shot up. And I was just like, man, we was running for our lives. Yeah. And I'm just like, bro, just imagine. I'm like, man, if I was I used to say like it wasn't like ignorant, but like, I mean, if I was DJing, it would have never happened. And I just
would have kept the vibes high.
You feel me? I just wanted to keep that peace, love, and happiness in my skill of DJing. So honestly, that's what really made me really want to become one, was just other people, just seeing other people happy, dance, and just and joyful. That's really where it started, the root of it.
Yeah. And then when you started taking it seriously?
I started taking it seriously. I was just watching videos at that time. I wasn't even touching turntables. Okay. And I didn't start taking it seriously. I was like maybe like 22, 23.
Okay.
So like I was still like,
that's still pretty early though. Yeah, because people start, at least nowadays especially, people start pretty late.
No,
not
real.
Late, but later than that.
But later than that. You know what I'm
that's
like,
young. Yeah.
I got like 8 years under my belt, like officially.
Yeah,
so like,
that's really good, bro.
So like I was starting early, just messing around, and it's crazy too. The artist that I DJ for, like one of the first ones, he's here right now. So like,
hey,
like,
that's fire.
It was really dope. Like growing, like I really got to grow. First, doing dorm parties and like garage parties, like in Stockton and shit. And
like, local shit. Yeah,
grimy as hell, but it was fun. Like I was doing it for the love. And then when I got to college, I really started doing it in college, and that's when I started realizing like, oh man, like I can take this pretty far if I really wanted to. At the time, it wasn't really money heavy though. It was passion.
Yeah, vibes.
And then my uncle Ramon, he had called me and was just like, "Do you know what you can do with this? Like, do you know what this can entail?" Yeah. And he was just like, "Yeah, treat this like the NBA. Like, you can really make it to the NBA off this." Yeah. And that's when he introduced me to an artist of the name of C5. And then started DJing for him. I started DJing for my boy Don Quez. And it started off me DJing for artists first. And then I started seeing that like, man, I can really turn this into something bigger than that. Like I can turn this into something where people are coming to see me. Yeah. So that's where I started taking it seriously, like maybe 2019. Yeah. For sure. I quit my job and everything.
Like, I was good. So you took the full-time journey for it. Yeah, that's fire, bro. That was at 2019. Okay, 2019. Gotcha. I know obviously you are now, but yeah.
It was like 2019, and it was like
right before COVID too.
Right before COVID, bro. Like, that's how I feel. Like I really, bro. And the thing is, that's like, crazy. You know, when you first like quit your job at something, it's like it's not like some people say it's not sustainable, bro. It was working. Like I was getting gigs. I was like able to pay my rent. I was sending money back home to moms and pops. I was doing good, and like even my dad, like he wasn't very approval at first, but even he started to see it. And then
when the bread comes in, they can't say nothing,
exactly. Bro. Especially like African parents, you know how they be, or like parents from another country.
Of course, yeah.
So it's just like he sat me down, he really talked to me, and just like, oh, I want to invest, like I want to help you out. Wow. And that was like a dream come true. So I was like, man, I got something. And then man, COVID hit, and I was like,
I mean, what was that like, bro? Did you have to pivot? Like, did you do the virtual DJ thing? Try going to IG Live? Like, what was that experience for you?
So at the time, it was really tough because my father had got sick around that time, and he ended up passing away. Like,
sorry to hear that, bro. Deep condolences. Yeah, of course.
It was really tough because DJing wasn't even on my mind. It was just his health and his well-being. Of course. And then when he had passed, it was just like, I don't even, if he's not here, I don't want to do it. Yeah. And, I had a really dope cousin that kind of talked me through that and just helped me get through that. And so it was like some months. Like I really didn't experience like the real COVID DJ thing for some months. And then finally when I feel like I was comfortable enough to like DJ like without, just I felt like I had mourned, and you never really mourn enough.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I felt like I had mourned enough to step into my art again.
Yeah.
And like the battles of wanting to quit were done. Mm-hmm. And when I first was trying to go back into it, I'm like, man, like how am I even gonna do this? Like, so it started off with Twitch. Like I was on Twitch a lot.
So you were doing the virtual.
I thought so. Virtual IG Live.
Yep.
At the time, my agency had this. When we finally got the approval to social distancing, they did a backyard party.
Okay.
So we did that, and it was just real virtual at first. And I was also that's when I began to really love making music and producing and stuff of that nature. So that's when I started doing that too.
That's fire. And what's been your experience then? Because you also, I see in your IG bio, DJs are artists.
Yeah.
So how does that feel to kind of be on both sides of that, being able to also make music and be a DJ yourself?
Man, it feels amazing. Because, like, I feel like, you know, we have, like, and they're pioneers to me. He's probably not that much older than me, but, like, Kenergy is, like, a
for sure. He's example, a legend, bro. Yeah.
Bro, true legend of, like, that's art. Like, he really changed, like, what DJing looks like. And
he did. No, he literally did. I throw Joe K in that category as well.
Me, Jip? I was about to say his name
Those are the two type of people. If you look at the big sets, the boiler room, the people behind the transitions, creativity, getting back to that danciness, I think they changed the game, bro.
They changed the game because I guarantee you before Joe has to do a set, he's prepping. He's prepping what he has to do, like all that stuff. Like, and I wanted us to get back to that. Even myself, like being like, I guess at the time, I don't really call myself an open format DJ anymore, but it's not that I don't call myself that anymore. It's just I don't want to be boxed into something that, like, you know, I want whatever God wants for me to find me. Yeah. Like, I don't want to, like, find it. Like, you know, like let's just see what happens. And I feel like Joe K and Kenergy did that. Like, that's amazing. I don't think they knew. If Kenergy knew that he was going to be in stadiums, I mean, that's great. But like, I don't think he knew that. Like,
you never know how far it can really go.
Exactly. Same thing with Joe. And, like, you know, Joe K, like, the homie Miles Medina from West Coast. There's so many, Fat Man Scoop, like, you know, Biz Markie, like,
Bismarck. That's a good one. People be forgetting he was a DJ.
Bro, he was one of the best to do it too. Like,
you really know your music, bro.
I do. I love music, bro. Jazzy Jeff, like,
Jazzy of course, like legend with Will Smith. Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, I was like, how can? And at first, I used to want to, like, be like those guys. Yeah. And I was like, well, how can I be me, but still take those things to add to the craft? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where we at now, is like just trying to add to the craft as much as we can.
That's fine.
Trying to sprinkle as much as we can. So when it's that time to, whether it's that time to retire or when it's that time to just go and do other things, like, I can say I've made an imprint on this culture to help move it further a little bit.
That's fire. Mm-hmm. So DJ Kenzo, the album, can we expect it?
Yeah. It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. So you're, like, currently in the studio working on it as we speak?
Currently in the studio working on a project. I had my debut project came out in 2022. It was called Kenergy. So that one was cool.
I love that, and the whole branding and the K. Look, he got it on right here, the K. Come on. Nah, I love it. Yeah, even the bio that you gave me for the promo thing with putting the K in front of energy, I think it all fits together with your energy, with the set itself. Like, that's perfect, bro.
Thank you, bro.
It's really good branding.
And the crazy thing is, I didn't even come up with it. I was in college, and, like, both how I got my DJ name and the Kenergy brand, none of it was me. Like my homie was from Japan, my roommate at the time, and he couldn't say my real name. My real name is Keniva.
Oh, Keniva,
so he couldn't say that, and he's like, I'm gonna just call you Kenzo.
And, oh, wow. So that's where Kenzo comes from. I didn't even know that. Yeah. I thought it was like your childhood nickname.
Nah. Wow, my childhood nickname was, I can't believe I'm saying this on national TV.
Hey, worldwide, baby.
It was Kiki. My mom, my sisters,
Kiki.
And my auntie. Exactly. They called me Kiki for the longest. Yeah. Kenny.
Like, Kenny makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Like, Kiki, I was like, how'd y'all get that? Like,
y'all dragged it.
Bro, come on, bro. It was like, oh, you so cute. I'm like, that don't make no sense. But yeah, Kenzo's how I got the name. And then Kenergy, my other homie Christian basically was just like, bro, like, your energy is crazy. Like, you don't really need to do anything. Like, you just, like, it's not even energy, it's Kenergy. And after that, I was like, I'm running with that. Yeah. I'm running with that.
That's tough, bro.
So, yeah.
Speaking of Kenergy, it's gotten you pretty damn far. One being one of the official DJs of the Sacramento Kings.
Yes, sir.
So what has that been like, bro? One of the favorite posts I've seen from you is seeing you as a little kid in the Kings jersey. And especially as an NBA fan myself, I'm a Knicks fan, which is one of the bigger markets. There's a lot of Knicks fans in New York. Then you think about teams like the Lakers. You think about, maybe Houston Rockets, Miami, whatever. A lot of people just don't even think about the Kings in general.
At all. Bro.
So for you to be local to that community and be a Sacramento Kings fan when it is one of the smaller fan bases, childhood fan to all the way to becoming a DJ for the team. I mean, that's got to be an incredible experience, bro.
It truly is. Thank you for
that. Of course.
It's amazing because it's just like, I grew up watching, so like Stockton is like 30, 45 minutes from Sac. And it's like, the team that plays nationally is the Kings for our channel.
Yeah.
And like if you turn on like I guess CSN or I don't know what channel it is, but like the Kings play. I was a real big basketball fan at a young age. So my dad just was playing the Kings a lot.
Of course.
And my favorite color was purple. So I'm like,
the jerseys are nice. Bro, I gotta say that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to like be in a position of like, man, I get to DJ for this, and it's like in front of 20,000 people
and good fans. Light the beam, baby.
Bro, come on, light the beam. Like, and it's like on a weekday, bro. We'll have like 17,000, 19,000.
Crazy. Like, that fan base is one of the best in the league for sure.
They deserve the world.
They'll be back too. They'll be back.
We'll be back soon. We're gonna give them the world soon. Bro.
Yeah,
we're gonna give them the world soon. So it's an amazing feeling, bro. It's like honestly, it's like equivalent to damn near winning the Super Bowl, winning the Grammy. In my opinion, like
that's amazing.
Like it's truly amazing. But at the same time, it's like one day, like the dream of like I get to DJ for that team and everything. But I think also what takes the nerves away is I always be like the fans aren't there for me. They're there for the Kings. So one day I want it to be like me to headline there for sure at the Go to One Center. That's a goal.
Listen, bro, I'll throw the after party for you. Let's do it, baby.
Come on, we got to run it up.
Crazy,
absolutely.
So DJing for a sporting event is such an interesting concept. You know, I have a lot of DJ friends. You know, they mostly do parties and things like that. But what is it like DJing, not just a sporting event, but specifically basketball, when there's a lot of in and out with music, and there are tense moments where you're deciding what song should be played when they're back on defense or they're about to go up for three, and like how do you curate that, and what is the feeling of even putting that together?
Man, it's
gotta be crazy.
It's intense.
It's
intense, but it's like I embrace the intensity in a sense because it's just, bro, how often can you say that you did a hot timeout for when at the time De'Aaron Fox was there? Like let's say like we went on a 10-0 run and there's 20,000 people
going
screaming
crazy,
and you get to add to that.
That's
like
fire.
Fire. It's such a beautiful moment, and it's a lot though because I think one thing I had to learn was energy is big. Like I remember my boss, shout out to he probably doesn't want me to say his name, but Daniel Spackman. He was he's my boss over there, and I remember when I first came in, I was so used to DJing for the Stockton Kings, which is like
G League, right?
G-League
affiliate.
Yeah. Amazing fan base over there too.
I'm sure,
but it's just not. It's not the NBA.
Of course, it's not
like,
the same. Yeah.
And shout out to them over there because they're the reason why I even got to Sacramento Kings.
Oh, really? So you started there?
Started there.
Oh, it was like, listen, bro, you from G League to the NBA. You got the whole draft story.
Like a real draft story.
Like Pop said, bro.
Come on.
Like Pop said, was your uncle?
Who
made the NBA comparison?
Oh, my uncle did.
Your uncle, like Uncle said, bro.
But
just
my
like
dad
Uncle
did want me, like when I got the Stockton Kings position, because I was about to say, how'd you know that?
You made that. Hey, bro, I'm like, you think like Nardwuar nice? I'm nicer. Nardwuar, I'm coming for your neck. Listen, and I got more style than you. Actually, I don't know about that, but I'm the young light-skinned Nardwuar, bro.
Come on, talk about it. Talk your shit, baby. Come on, bro. But yeah, like, I was just like, damn, how do you know that? Because like, my pops for surely was just like, when I got the position to do the G League team, he's like, the next is the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first thing he said. He wasn't even like, it wasn't even like,
no
congratulations. He's
next,
next NBA. So that's always how my mentality has always been. It's just like, what more can we get? And like, in like timeouts within the NBA, like, and going back to SPAC, like SPAC was just like, yo, like what you do in Stockton is amazing. But here is you gotta think about performance all the time. Heavy performance, heavy energy. So you have to like really dig deep. And sometimes like timeout may be 60 seconds and you may be going through maybe 10 songs in 60 seconds. Like it don't feel 60 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, but it's a long time in the NBA. It's a long time. Like it's a long time, and you gotta go. I don't think I've ever went through 10 songs. I went through probably like 8. But it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's fun though.
It's gotta be.
Knowing that you have to carry that energy on from what the team did. You feel a part of the team. Real talk.
You are, bro. You're literally affecting the fan base, which affects the on-court product. I was going to ask, do you also control the audio during things like they shoot the T-shirt guns and the cheerleaders dancing and everything? So it's a whole program.
Production.
It's a whole program.
So in the NBA, you do pregame before everyone comes in for the players. And then...
so you do that too? They really shoot... Oh,
you do
bro,
that
you affecting shoot around. You affecting the game.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
You affect shoot around, but then once the once the tip off happens, you're not DJing no more.
Okay.
Like it's just like offensive bed, defensive bed stuff.
Oh, right.
You're chilling up until the timeout comes.
Okay. So that makes sense. Like you shouldn't have to think of a song selection because they gotta steal. Like that's too reactive. Yeah.
But in the G League you have to.
Yeah. Okay. So that preps you, bro. It's training camp.
So once I got to the NBA, it was like I was like, oh, this is easy, but. Man, I remember one time, bro. I remember Fox, and shout out to De'Aaron Fox. We miss you, brother. Yeah. But like he had to score like 8 points in a row. We won like a 15-0 run to start the game.
Yeah, just cooking.
But it went super fast. And then immediately my boss goes, because he could talk to us in the intercom. Yeah. You're hot. And when you're hot, that means like hot timeout. We need something fiery to keep us going.
Yeah.
And since I was already like used to that with the G League of just like staying hot and staying ready, that helped me with the NBA a lot.
Yeah.
So like, those 15-0 runs were like kind of cookies for me in a sense. Like, I try to make it look like that. It was still kind of tough for Shelly, but like the timeout, you're doing a lot of halftime at the end of the game, and then after that you done really.
That's fire. Any cool halftime performances you DJ'd for?
Cool halftime performances.
I don't know how often y'all get like rappers, singers, things like that. But
man, I'm trying to think. Damn, I can't think of somebody right now. What's that group called? 93 Till? They made that song? Huh? Far Side. Is that them? Yeah. This is how we feel from
Put me on, bro.
Is that they from Oakland, right?
Cali shit?
Yeah. They came through in their performance and stuff. That's hieroglyphics, right?
That's Far Side.
Who's hieroglyphics? What did they? What?
That's a group from Oakland as well.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of what song. 93.
Are they like what type of Oakland music?
Yeah.
Like SOB, RBE, that type of energy?
No, it's like real hip hop.
Oh, okay.
Like real hip hop. Like I wouldn't bring it up, but we on camera.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what. Yeah, I think it is Far Side.
Got you.
Actually, no, that's
Souls of Mischief.
I forgot I've heard that name low key. Are they old school?
Yeah, they like.
Oh, okay, I said that sounds like a familiar like legacy kind of act.
Yeah, they
That's
was
dope
like,
though.
They was like one of the first like real hip hop.
Yeah.
Like,
out there.
Guess, like there's some real hip hop out in West Coast, but like they sound like they was from New York. Like, they really did. So I got to do their performance, and that was like one of the biggest ones I've done so far. Yeah, like like
that's fire, bro.
I would say so. Yeah.
That's really cool. Just getting to a few more things for the last 10 minutes or so. So we just brought up that group from Oakland.
Yeah,
got to talk about Cali music. So what do you feel about the scene overall right now? Not just in hip hop, but in R&B, because I think the West Coast is making the best music in America right now in terms of across genre. If you just go Kendrick, Tyler, Blast, that alone is pretty crazy. Not to mention, well, she's from Florida.
Oh yeah, she's from Florida,
but she with TDE. TDE from Jersey too, though.
Oh
but TDE. So, but that's the thing though. They have such a good label. Yeah. Just with the energy of TDE and what they're doing. Even if those artists aren't from there, that whole crew is most from Cali.
I always forget. So, that's why her album is like the alligator.
Yeah, but I think y'all are just going so crazy, definitely. Bro. Honestly, from Kari. He from the Bay. I know Kari. You know what I'm saying? Where's OGZ from? He LA or is he Oakland?
OGZ from LA.
Who else I know from Oakland?
Simba's from Oakland.
Simba, I know Simba.
Simba's hard.
What's his face?
There's a bunch.
Who's that dude?
Maya's still doing her thing.
TDE.
Toy.
Who said some shit to Joey Badass? What's his name? Ray Vaughn. Is he from LA or is he from Oakland?
Ray Vaughn Justice? Not Justice.
He like Ray Vaughn, the rapper from TDE.
He's from LA, right?
Okay, yeah. Ransom or not Ransom. Reason, also LA. Yeah, or Carson. Carson, technically.
Yeah, he's from Carson.
Yeah. Point being though, West Coast got it to me,
West
bro.
Coast got it.
If you go to R&B too, Sir, Kari, Nueve Leo's a young guy out from SoCal. I don't think he's from LA technically. I think
you heard of Elu J?
I feel like I heard that name.
Yeah, he lit.
Yeah,
he's from Oakland.
Okay, there another one.
Super fire. Hokage Simon, Michael Sneed.
I know Michael Sneed.
Yeah,
I know Michael Sneed.
He from Deep East Oakland.
Okay, fire.
Yeah, my boy C5. He from North Oakland.
Well, if we're keeping it rap too, Larry June's been going absolutely crazy the last few years too.
Stunnerman 02.
His whole brand is incredible, bro.
Then we got some people from my section like Eddie Baby, Don Quez, like, RP Slovy, VK Young Jai, J-Bo, like more of like a different type of genre for sure. But like the West Coast, man, it's one thing crazy. I love about it. It's just like it's very diverse.
Yeah.
Like very diverse. Like you'll never hear a Slow B song the same, but you'll never hear like a Kari song the same. Like everyone has their own sound. Everyone has their own thing that they're doing right now. And it's honestly something I've dreamed of since I was a kid. Like the hyphy movement was so amazing. Yeah. But now what the hyphy movement has taught is for people to be organically themselves. Yeah. Like just be fulfill yourself what you want to do. Yeah. And don't feel like restricted to anything else. Yeah. Like, and I like the Ivy movement is really like what started all of this. And yeah.
Kendrick putting on for y'all crazy too. If we talking just like, because obviously I've listened to West Coast music well before GNX and things of that nature, which is funny because I made it part of my event in Brooklyn, which is impossible to find, which is why I fuck with my shit, because that's just some super unique stuff going on. Hell yeah. And then when I was like, I'm trying to, and I would always joke, I'm trying to tell y'all this West Coast music goes crazy. Yeah. Then GNX drops. I'm like, okay, now y'all, not like us first. Biggest diss record of all time. Yeah. And then GNX drops. TV Off has like 500 million streams. Crazy. Luther has like 800 million streams. Squabble Up has like 500 million streams. Just and it's West Coast music, even bro. Like the beats are infectious. You can't deny it. Like, I was trying to tell y'all, bro. Like
Dodger Blue is like one.
Dodger Blue underrated, bro. Just like, that track is super underrated. You feel me? Wale the Sunset fire, Roddy Ricch fire. So many names. I didn't even name Bino. Bino's my guy. O3 Greedo. Like, Bino has some of the best melodic rap out there, I would say. Kalen for real, I fuck with Heavy too. Yep. There's too many, man. Bro, there's too many.
And Dot has been doing this for years in terms of like
putting people on,
but also putting West Coast at the forefront. Yeah, like in 2018, what Black Panther came out then, right?
Yeah, and he had the
SOB.
Yeah, SOB.
Like that was crazy. Major to do that. Yeah. Like, sometimes we think that people think that LA and Bay ain't tapped in. We tapped the fucking I think we keep in touch very well. And Dot, his ears to the streets and finding SOB and putting them on a song and putting them on a record. And it's just a lot of people, bro. Zachariah, I think he's from LA too.
Okay, he's fired too. I didn't know he's from there. Yeah. Sir, if we're just talking straight R&B,
D Smoke.
Yeah, there's too many. There's too many.
There's a lot, and it's just like. K-Dot's been doing this for years since I was in high school, like 2009, 2010. Yeah. He's like always kept his ear and his heart to California and Hall.
Yeah, like not to even mention the women, Kehlani, Janae, her. Like, Keisha, come on, bro. Keisha Cole, we go further OG, back. Saweetie, if we're just talking energy. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? I saw her. She did a dope rap actually with LaRussell. Yeah. He was low-key coaching her on her. I was like, that was fire.
We was in LA for a week and we did a show with her.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, she got good energy, seems like. Yeah.
As far as like artists I've opened up for, like outside of NBA, it's been, the list is crazy. But she was one of the, she's one of the hardest working artists I've ever did anything with.
Tell them, bro. People don't. That's not the perception from the outside. Bro, we know what the perception is, unfortunately.
She works her ass off.
I believe it. I believe it.
She doesn't play no games. She we had rehearsals for a week. She was locked in. Her mental toughness is ridiculous, bro.
Really, that's dope.
Just to see what she's had to encounter throughout her career and to still stand on her 10 toes and put on performances like she did. Yeah. Man, she's incredible. She's incredible.
That's fire, man. Shout out to Saweetie. Shout out all the black women who have to go through that extra bit of work that, always goes unnoticed and usually gets them with a negative perception, which is really unfortunate. So, shout out Saweetie.
Yeah. Shout out to her, bro. You would never know. You ever hear the saying, I will never know what you've been through? I don't know if that makes sense.
Of course, because how could you know somebody's life? Bro, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly. And you never know what she's been through by the way she acts. She's just super, just graceful, honest, really just a really beautiful soul. Like not even just from her looks, just inside.
Of course,
she's an amazing person, but she works her ass off, bro. She's a dog.
Yeah.
She's a dog.
That's fire to hear, bro. It's fire to hear. So obviously you've had to put in your equal amount of work to get to where you are as a DJ. So what are some of those kind of tough moments that people might not know about that you'd want to kind of share with them, just in terms of how much you go through providing the fun and enjoyment for them, you know what I mean? But not realizing it takes a lot to be there on the stage, giving y'all this performance, and you're not at that full Kenergy 24/7. So what is that, some kind of humanizing notes you could kind of give out there? I think it's important for anyone that's public facing and being consumed in that sense. Yeah,
definitely. That's a great question.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
that's a great question. Man, I think something that I've had to battle for sure is everyone has their demons. Everyone has their that voice in their head. Yeah. And I think as a DJ, we're such it's such an unselfish craft where you're always thinking about everyone else but yourself. And the time when you do think about yourself, it's sometimes in doubt.
Wow.
And I had to really like to grow with that. Like bro, like every time you think of self, you're doubting self. Mm-hmm. And that was a battle that I had to go through of just like, when we hit these stages, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like we're giving our all to people every night, night. We got to give our all to ourselves too. Because if you can't do for self, then what can you do for other people?
That's a fact.
So I think that battle was something that a lot of people, and I know there's a bunch of other DJs that feel this way, just artists in general, where you don't feel like you're good enough, like you're worthy. Imposter syndrome is like a big thing.
Yeah.
And that battle is like, I feel like it's never ending, but sometimes it gets a little less the more confident you get, the more reps you put in. But it's a battle, bro. It's a battle that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. And it was really tough early in my career. It's you know, it's not as tough as it was, but it still has its days. But it's tough, man, to like, and I think sometimes when you stay present and don't think about, you know, future, past, you stay in the present, it helps dim those voices a little bit more. And then there's that. There's I guess like the intensity of like gigs, like you have to do so many gigs to like get that one big one that you've always wanted. Like you may be DJing every weekend until you get that Coachella gig, or until like it's a lot. You're giving your body a lot. You're giving your soul a lot. You're missing out on family time. Like
very late nights,
bro.
Getting home late as hell. Late
as hell. Like just to make this thing work. I miss weddings. I miss family reunions. I miss a lot to make this work. And it does suck. But man, when it comes to sacrificing something, you have to like really give it your all.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, they don't talk about that. And also they don't talk about like that, you know, everyone thinks that they can do this. It's like, bro, it's just like everyone thinks that they can DJ. Everyone thinks that they can, and it's like
everybody thinks they're a DJ now. And I'll tell you this, it's worse. I promise you, anything that anyone thinks they can do, it's worse in New York City. If it's fashion, if it's music, if it's DJs, if it's trying to be a bartender, if it's trying to knit sweater, it does not matter what it is. New York is the most saturated, and I love it.
Because you guys feel, I mean,
it is physically the most saturated place, and it's also culturally the most saturated. If you want to start anime fan clubs, they're probably battling that. Like, there's just too much. There's low-key, my fault, too much of everything, bro. So sometimes I be seeing shit, I'm like, bro, not everyone can DJ, and that's okay. That's okay. It's really okay. Like you don't have to buy a control. Like, it's really cool.
Or you can just use it as a tool. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
As a tool to get to where you want. Like, but then even that, I feel weird saying that because, like, bro, this is like I really grew up like watching this. Like, like vinyl sets, like you know, knowing certain BPMs and what they do, like. But honestly, like, I mean, I would take you with my analogy with like BPM ranges, but we'll be here forever.
Yeah.
But like, I really study that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I
you love it.
Love it, bro. Yeah. And it's just like there's a lot of people that just do it because
it looks cool.
It looks cute. It's cool. Like,
it's a fact.
Oh, it's dope. It goes with my chain. Like, bro, what? Like, or it's gonna get me girls. Like, bro, you gotta care about this art form. You got to, because and I'm not God. I'm not here to tell anybody what they can and can't do. But man, like, there's a reason why God blesses certain DJs.
Yeah,
and there's a reason why some people ain't where they want to be in that stuff.
Real.
Because what you're not. It's not. Me and my boy were just talking about this.
Yeah,
we were just talking about being authentic.
Yeah,
and really like doing something because you want to do it, not because it looks cool,
it's
not because you think it's the right thing to do, like not because you think like, oh, like this is my friend, I have to. It's because you want to.
It's a fact,
like,
bro.
We were just talking about this earlier. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think that people do a lot of stuff out of lacking the validation they need in themselves. Kind of back to loving yourself versus seeking it from others, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's where it comes from, bro. Because if the difference is you love DJing your entire life, just music in general, being able to perform, putting on the show, everything, like that's part of your essence.
Yeah.
Other people see it as a new form in 2025 of validation that you can post a set in your kitchen with 3 friends behind you jumping around because you transitioned, you know, Sean Paul into the Rugrats. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what niggas is really doing, bro. I'm super dead ass with it. And some people are doing it at the top level. I know 2 of my guys at Club MBD, they're doing it the craziest, like, and they love this shit more than any of y'all type. Like, that is their vibe. Other people are like, y'all just jacking stuff, bro. Like,
you feel me? And it's just like, and who knows? I'm not everyone's cup of tea too. Like,
of course.
Probably some people who like, man, that transition's corny. And like, you know, like I remember one time when my homegirl, she sent me like a DM. It was like this DJ. She was like, she just sent it to me. She no explanation or nothing. And I watched it. I'm like, okay, like you know, like that's dope. But at the same time, bro, I'm actually like, I'm like, I don't know, like, and I know hopefully we're not getting off topic.
Nah, you good, bro.
But I'm a little like happy medium with where DJing is at right now.
Okay,
like, I feel like right now, eyes are on it.
Yeah, eyes are definitely on it more than ever, bro.
Like, eyes are on it. And even though as simple as some of it, the transitions are and the techniques and routines are, people are watching and becoming fans, like how I was when I was a kid. Yeah. So it's like, but then at the same time, it's just like, now I, like, say if I DJ'd, right? Say I DJ, when I DJ Friday, someone comes and they hear this incredible set and they're like, "You're the GOAT." I'm like, who else have you heard? Not trying to take away from yourself, myself, but it's just like, damn, like y'all need to listen to more, like listen to more DJs out there. Like, I may not be the GOAT. Like, it may just be for this time you think that, but then you may hear Miles Medina 2 weeks later who is actually the GOAT. Yeah, like, that's my favorite DJ of all time right there. That's and you may hear him and you may be like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. So like, yeah, man, I think just battling those feelings and like, honestly, a lot of pride and ego. It's hard with what we do, but you have to do it. It's just like, you know, I think a lot of people don't see that stuff, but it's just a lot of internal battle that you have to do before going on stage. I think that's what's so hard in finding gigs, and the list goes on and on. It's pretty much a business. So
it absolutely is, bro. Yeah. I think one thing lacking in DJing, and part of why I started my event, obviously I bring in DJs to fix this issue, is the lack of like really putting on the audience to new music.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? And I think it's because of the fear of the lack of crowd reaction. Yeah. And a lot of it is to social media because you want to capture a specific moment where you go from this hit to this hit that maybe someone didn't think about, or just, you know, this album just dropped that everyone knows. But I mean, DJs used to break records, as they called it back in hip hop. Like, yo, for the first time, you're hearing this song and everyone's like anticipating this new vibe. And I feel like that's what allows so many parties, collectors, whatever, just to be super generic and feel, especially again, New York is saturated. It's just the same. That's now, within the saturation is a ton of amazing stuff too, because it has the most saturation of generic and the most amazing, I would say. That's how New York is. But you got to find where the amazing is, because people can just rinse, repeat, and there's just no creativity. And I think one of the biggest pieces is music selection. Yeah, you know, like I've always said, bro, I started Vino Vriday because you go to R&B parties. Why do I only hear Usher and Keisha Cole and Fantasia? Bro, there's so much music that dropped since 2011 y'all could even play. Bro, you know what I mean? And it's just like,
I'm so happy to DJ your party because I really had to like dig. And I get to play the songs that I listen to in the week. Like, in edits that I've made, or like edits that my homies have made. And it's like, and I get to play my favorite genre, Afro beats.
Yeah, bro. Mix it all together.
Like, you feel me? So it's like, it's really cool because you're creating something that, like, instead of blame, because I know a lot of DJs, they blame the audience. Yeah. They'll be like, man, well, the audience isn't giving us that space. Okay, well, now we have a promoter that is doing that.
You create the space. That's my entire point. Yeah.
So, like, create the space. So, like, even myself, bro, like, so 2 things that I felt like the young me was doing bad was, one of them was like, man, I was like, man, my community not showing up for me. And I was just like, what have you done for your community to ask that?
It's real.
I didn't do nothing for my community. Like, I didn't even throw events in there. Yeah. So I'm like, how could I ask that for them to show up for me when I didn't show up for them? And then same thing with like the audience thing. Like, like I want to play this, I want to play that. Like, the audience isn't giving me a chance to, well, create that space. Yeah. Create that space. Like create a space where you can do that, where 100%. People want to come see you and see you DJ. Yeah. So kudos to you, bro.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, my G. Before we get out of here, I definitely need you to talk a little bit about your Philippines tour. Yeah. What was that experience like, bro? That's an insane stat to have. Philippines tour. What? Some of y'all ain't even been down the block, bro. What are you talking about? Nigga in the Philippines, stop playing Big Manila. Like,
bro, for real, bro. Manila was my, I love that city, bro. Yeah. Like, man, it was the Philippines was crazy.
It has what,
bro?
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Kid from Stockton. That's amazing, bro.
Kid
Congrats.
from Stockton, California.
Yeah.
DJing in garage parties to DJ in the Philippines.
Crazy.
It was crazy. Shout out to the homies at Plural Music for making that happen.
Yeah.
And taking a young kid out there, and it was super dope because it's a lot of similarities to Sierra Leone. Like,
okay.
The situation they in, and also like just it just opens your eyes and lets you know, like, bro, you ain't you're just a small speck in this world. This world is so big.
Wow.
And it was just really cool to see that. Like, it was really cool to see like songs that I listen to that they listen to too.
Yeah, that's fire. It's
like,
so cool.
or songs that they think is big that I didn't think that was big back home. But man, the Philippines was dope. And I remember to end the tour, I had a show where my agency booked me as a headliner.
Yeah.
And to see people show up to DJ Kenzo,
your name, that
incredible. Was crazy. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know, like, people was like following me and stuff beforehand. Like, oh, he's Sacramento Kings DJ.
Yeah, bro, you're official. I ain't gonna lie, you official, bro.
Thank you, bro. It was crazy, bro. The Philippines was like, man, I need to go back. And
that's fire.
I hope every DJ gets to experience an out of country moment. And I hope that I have many more in the future too.
Yeah, no, you will, bro. Absolutely, absolutely. Before we get out of here, though, just any lasting piece of advice to anyone chasing their dreams, specifically DJs, and then if you have any questions for me as well, making it a two-way conversation. So
got you. Bro.
You can do either order. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I'll do both though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure.
So my advice to DJs out there: love yourself. Love yourself. Remember, this is the only person, if you do believe in God, the only person that can judge you is God.
Right.
There can be 50 DJs in the room and they still can't judge you. God is the only one that can do that. And it's just love yourself, bro. Sis, whoever you are, love yourself and trust yourself. Trust yourself. You didn't become a DJ for no reason. Like, there's a reason behind that. Trust what you are and trust who you are. And the last one is, bro, have fun, bro. There's no intensity with DJing. This was a mistake that happened. Like, how DJing started was off a mistake.
That's deep, bro. That's a deep point right there. Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Bro, a mistake happened. So if you make a mistake, laugh from it, learn from it, and grow. It's
part of the music, literally.
There's a human behind the music.
Yeah, this is not AI.
Exactly.
Which I talked about with this R&B girl recently. AI. Actually, it's not AI.
It's not AI, bro. Yeah. It's not AI. Like, have fun, enjoy it, enjoy every moment. But also love the music just as much as you love yourself. Love the music. You can't lie to that thing. Music is a powerful thing. Yeah. If you put out negative stuff will come out in your music. If you put out positive stuff in your music, positive stuff will come back. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if I had to ask you a question, for sure. Now that I gave that,
of course.
Advice, I hope y'all listen to my advice too.
They listen. Bro. We'll clip it up.
For sure. Yeah. Bro, I have it's like a 2-part.
Okay.
It's not really a 2-part. Yeah. But so when was it when you were like, what moment was it like, I got to start this event? Like, I need to start this event. Was it like, you were at a club one time, you heard something, or was it like what was it where it was just like, man, this is something I want to do? Yeah. And at what point when you did it, did you have doubt? Were you stressing? Yes. Like, was it easy to do the first event? Like,
hell no, nigga. What we talking about? What is crazy? Nah, so I always talk about it as it's a culmination of a lot of things. So I would say, I graduated college 2019, moved to Philly from Rochester, New York. So it's a much bigger city, one of the top 10 biggest cities in America. So you'd think, okay, the nightlife's going to be in a certain way. Yeah. And I would go out and just realize these kind of R&B parties to the music I like. So if Bryson just dropped, if Summer just dropped, if SZA just dropped, how come I don't hear this outside? Man. So what I would do is host my friends kind of as a pregame, listen to that kind of music and like sip some wine. And I would eventually kind of post like a wine with like a new song called Vino Vriday. This was just on my story like 5 years ago. Way back, bro.
I think I was late to the party though. Yeah. But that was cool.
Yeah, so then that was 2023. So then fast forward 2022, moved to Brooklyn. Or moved to New York City, Harlem. Now I'm in Brooklyn. But New York City, phenomenal nightlife. I think it's more fun than Miami because it's more accessible. Yeah. It's more just big crowd dancing. Man. Any genre you want.
No phones, too.
Bro.
Barely
there's a little bit of phones. There's phones, but not the section in Houston, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the phone usage is it's
way less, bro.
And I think it's a little meaningful.
Yeah.
It's a little more meaningful.
I think so, bro. So if you want house music, Afrobeat, Amapiano, hip hop, bangers, Latin music goes crazy there. Reggaeton and dembow, baile funk. My boy Artie from Furtado Global, he's has his own events business, and he's
my
actually
dog
from
Artie,
Switzerland.
that's
You
the
know Artie?
homie. Yeah, that's
so
my dog.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Shout out Artie,
bro.
he was on my
Shout out
pod
to Artie,
too,
bro. He's fire, bro.
He's fire, and
amazing.
if you want to talk about diversity in genres, it's just everything you could possibly think of.
Bro,
He's having Palestinian DJs. Bro. Then he has this Sri Lankan girl who's like mixing Desi sounds with Amapiano. Just like the most.
I want to DJ his event so bad, bro.
We gonna make this happen.
Come on, bro.
It's just the most creative possible stuff, and New York and Brooklyn has all that. But what I still felt was lacking out of all that amazing stuff, which I love all those things. My personal biggest piece of taste is new age R&B, and being able to hear Bryson on SoundCloud Don't in early 2014 being like, oh, this dude is next.
SoundCloud was that for us.
You know what I'm saying? And Party Next Door and Tory Lanez was now canceled. But, you know, just but all that, listen, I gotta make it clear, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my black women. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, early, I'd always, even Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, early, I kind of knew. So, how do I put my music taste of the new R&B, which is so far underrated compared to the old stuff, into an event because it didn't have it. I thought New York would have it, and they didn't have it. So I kind of started doing the post, which I think that's around when I met you, 2023. Again, the wine and the music, but now a feed post instead of an IG story, just to get a little more emotion to it. And then eventually I'm like, this could be an event. Like, this could be people hanging out, sipping wine, listening to this kind of music, community, putting people on in kind of a low-key environment. So I did that. In my apartment lounge for the first one, private event. I think tested it out,
was
bro.
Was I in New York when you did that first one? Because I remember one time you had an event. It was your launch. Yeah, remember I came to New York and we kicked it the day before, and you were like, "Man, I got this event. It's my first event."
Shit.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, it must have been.
I think so, because you were hella. I remember you were nervous. You were trying to make sure you got
crazy.
You were like, "I ain't trying to be out too late because I got my event tomorrow."
That's crazy.
Damn, it was like 20.
Oh no, that was a rooftop joint.
Oh yeah,
that was a rooftop joint.
So that was the debut of that. Then.
Yeah.
Was that Vino Vriday or not?
No, that was just a rooftop thing. But that was no, you're good. But it was still around that kind of era, bro.
Yeah.
So did that. It went well. Then my public debut was February 24. And then, like, back to the second part of the question, a ton of nervousness, bro. Yeah. It was a small spot, but I wanted to sell 100 plus tickets. Well, 100 is the limit. And I got to like 120, but I had like 30 the week before. So then I learned the scale of like when the tickets actually get sold. So that was a smaller spot, worked into now, obviously, like in LA is going to be a proper late night venue. Bring it to Philly, all these places just to kind of hurry it up. So definitely it's been, you know, moments of doubt, moments of like, how are these tickets going to sell? How's everything going to go? But I was just able to push through and really trust in the process and trust in people buy tickets late and realize people also buy at the door and just all those sort of things. But being a solopreneur, meaning like I'm running this completely by myself. I do all my own marketing. I don't have another promoter. It really is just me. Is like learning how to like work within that isolation.
And trusting yourself too, bro.
And then figuring out even the finances of it. Like, how do you book a DJ for a certain rate to this and like just everything about it. So there's definitely been some difficulties for it, but I'm very, very happy with it. Yeah, man, but we here, man. It's been tough, but it's been amazing. It's been the fact I'm in LA already is crazy, bro. My first late night party was in September.
That's crazy.
Like, that's insane. Bro. Like, so that's, and I'm doing this I'm not by myself. Obviously, I'm collaborating with people, but I am the company.
You are.
So that's insane. So I'm very happy, but there's been a lot of difficulties for sure too.
Definitely, I can imagine, bro.
Word, but
listen,
I'm proud of my dog. I'm proud of you too, bro.
Yes,
thanks for coming on. By the time this comes out, the event will have already happened. So you'll see the recap. You'll see him spinning crazy. You'll see all the beautiful people. But I appreciate you, bro. This has been years in the making. So thank you, my dog.
Appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir. Episode 18. Peace.
Always, bro. Peace.